As you can see, I'm rusty. Thank you so much, network specialist, and thank y'all for hanging in here because I have not been on for a minute. I did not realize that I didn't do what I needed to do so y'all can hear me. So can y'all hear me now? If you can, put a one in the chat. If anybody can hear me. Let's see. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Woo, I was like, I'm just really talking. So I don't even know what y'all heard or not. So I'll just start over. I was just saying that I took a nice, little break from YouTube. I did come back and forth a little bit, but I wasn't my usual YouTuber. You know, I it's a lot of content creators that I really enjoy and I really love to look at and hear their perspective on things, especially around the show. Um, but I needed to, when you become a content creator, you have to have a different mindset. And for anybody in the chat, I know the network specialist, you got a channel, so you understand. You kind of got to have your own zone of what you want to do. And so I needed that break to really get back to the content that I really wanted to talk about. Because even though I love talking about the show, I really prefer to come on other people's channels and talk about the show. But I really created my channel for a reason. And I'll share some of that tonight. And so my breakaway was for me to really get my mind back to the content I wanted to provide for everyone. And also to really also I was questioning myself, why am I doing YouTube? What's the purpose? What am I trying to get across? It's sometimes, and I'll say this, I've said some things about myself and I have no problem telling who I am, but the content I make is a lot of the things that I have had struggles with or I'm still struggling with. That's why I named my channel the way I did, because I know if I'm having certain struggles, I know it's plenty of people out here that's having the similar struggles. And what took me so long with making my YouTube channel, it really was because I kept seeing the content that I wanted to make out here on YouTube, but it wasn't me. And when I realized I have something to say and I got a lot to share, especially, going with Deazsa as training me on this YouTube space, she really helped me to appreciate that, I need to get my voice out there. And that's something that I've struggled with for years when is getting my voice and really being confident in the voice that I have when I talk about certain subjects. So
I'm going to shift back my YouTube channel a little bit, back to the content that I really want to talk about. And I hope I don't lose any of y'all because I know I met you all through the Love and Marriage Huntsville space. And I love it. And you'll see me there still at different times. But there's certain things that I really want to talk about, and it's certain content that I've been saving and I've been working on for a few years now, actually. And so I'm ready to get it out here. And I got books that I've been writing, and so that 2 weeks it just really re-energized me really for what I want to do for this channel, if that makes sense. So I thought today I'd just catch up with you all and see how everybody's been doing and let you know I'm still here and I'm ready to do the content. I just had to work some things out in my head. So one thing I wanted to talk about today, and let me see, did I say hello to everybody? I think I did. And love Key, hi, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming. And if you all can, please hit the like button. But today I want to talk about a few things that are very concerning to me as a community that we don't really talk a lot about. And one thing is, there's people who are really struggling, today, like either with mental health, either with illnesses. There's a lot of people. Hey, Soul Star Music Lover, how you doing? Good to see you. There's so many things that's happening in the world today. Hey, Braylon, that we don't really always give attention to. And so I'm gonna share this because it broke my heart when I saw it today. But I felt like I really need to talk about this. And it's a girl, she has a YouTube channel. I'm trying to wait for it to load. And I saw her story. It was actually on Inside Edition on their YouTube channel. It just popped up earlier today. And I was listening to her story, and I really want you all to go to her YouTube. I subscribe to it. I mean, it's up to you if you want to, or go to the Inside Edition story that they had of her, because I mean, when I tell you it broke my heart, I'm going to show her YouTube channel and then just kind of talk about her. And then it also, with looking at her story, it made me want to talk about something else too. So this is her. Let me bring it up. I'm sharing. Oh yeah, I'm rusty. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Oh, I think I added it to the stage. Can you all see it? I don't know if you can see it if it's sharing. Oh, I know what I need to do. Y'all, I am rusty, but thank y'all for being here and rocking with me because I'm really rusty today. Okay, so I hope you all can see this, but her name is Erica. I can't pronounce her last name correctly. I'm not really sure. But this young lady, she's very, very young. Beautiful, beautiful. And this is her YouTube channel. And I'm gonna put the links and everything in the description. Hey, Miss Z, I'm here. How you doing? And I want to say before I go any further, thank you all for just the comments. Thank you. Hey, T Talk with your girl. I'm glad to see you. Hey, I'm glad you're here because I haven't done a live in a while, but hey, that gives me some encouragement to see you here as well. But I really appreciate the comments and the celebration that y'all did for me for when I put up my anniversary and everything. So thank y'all. That meant a lot to me. But okay, so going back to this content creator. So she was mentioned on Inside Edition because she has 3 different diseases. She has 2 lung diseases and another type of disease. And I'm not going to lie and say that I got this all prepared. I just wanted to kind of mention her so that I can go into something else. But I want you all to look at Inside Edition. It's on YouTube, and it shows her story. And this poor girl, she was a model. and she's very young. I think she's in her 20s. She walks around with an oxygen tank, and she's basically just trying to survive. Like, it hit me so hard because I was thinking to myself, here we are, we're able to move around. A lot of us, we're able to do what we want to do. We take for granted breathing air. And this poor girl has to walk around with a oxygen tank. Hey, to Latrice, good to see you. Uh, she's walking around with an oxygen tank, and she's her YouTube channel, and that's why I put it up, so hopefully you can go over there. But on her YouTube channel, she's like showing a day in life. But what really caught me about her, hey Brenda, how you doing? Good to see you. What really caught me about her was the fact that she said it's an invisible disease, because she is so beautiful. Like, this is not even really showing her for real, like how she looks, but she's so beautiful. And if it wasn't for her carrying that oxygen tank, you would think she's just a regular young girl out here with her little cute self, not knowing that this girl struggles every single day to get out of bed. And she was talking about how her mom is a caretaker. Look, I can't even do her story any justice, but it hit me hard today. So I would, if you can, go to her YouTube channel, or go to Inside Edition, is where I actually saw her story, and then I looked up her channel. Hey, TNTG Mom and Maria Clark, welcome. So I want to talk about that, but I really want you to go and look at her. I mean, just a light and beautiful. Oh, she is so beautiful. And so now she's waiting on a lung transplant. It's hard for me to talk about it because it makes me want to cry, because it's like, I'm 51. This girl has not lived yet for real. You know what I'm saying? And she's walking around with a oxygen tank and just really trying to live, just to live. So it was really hard, it was pulling at my heartstrings. But then it made me think about something that I have going on in my own family. Hello, hey, Real Talk, Grace with Grace and Mercy. How you doing? Good to see you. Um, my family have went through some things that was very difficult for us in the last few years. One of my sisters, she only has one child. And so I'm going to tell you the story. This month, if you don't know, September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Okay. Which hit me hard, because my nephew is 9 years old. Last year, at this time, he was fighting for his life because he had stage 4 cancer. And I don't want to cry, but I just got to tell the story. What was so crazy about his situation was, because we know that C9, the C that came out, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to say cancer, but I'm not monetized, so okay, whatever. I got to tell my story. So we didn't know. Like, we really genuinely did not know. My sister actually works for a cancer clinic where she's taking care of people, and she see this illness on a regular basis. But she did not identify what her son was going through. So what happened was, for a whole year, every so often, they said he had the other C. So they were sending him home from school because they were like, he's sick. And they take his temp, and he have a high fever. And they were saying that, like, he couldn't play on the playground and everything. He was just having a hard time breathing. So we thought it was asthma. So I think about 3 or 4 years ago, she was actually giving him breathing treatments because they say he had bronchitis and asthma. No idea. Okay. So she was giving him breathing treatments, all this stuff. And asthma was in his dad's side of the family and in my side of our side of the family too. So, that wasn't a big deal. My mom has, some breathing issues too. So it wasn't like that wasn't really that alarming to us. It was just, man, okay, he got this issue, he taking breathing treatments. We didn't think anything of it. So my mom, every summer, she take all the grandkids out swimming and different things like that. And so every year, they ready. Everybody's ready. They know they're going to the pool with my mom, and everybody get their little things together, whatever, all the kids. So they always excited about the summertime because she stay in the water in the summertime. But last year, I want to say it was the last year, it might have been the year before, he told my mom he didn't want to go swimming anymore. So we were all like, what? Because that's the highlight of the summer for the kids. They go with my mom, everybody get together, and they all go to the pool. She had a friend who had a pool, and all of them would just stay in the pool almost every day, all the time, as much as they could. So for him to say he didn't want to go swimming anymore, and I'm going to take down this picture. I'm going to remove this and put my other little thing back up because, this is, we loving over here. So, anyway, she usually take him to the pool every year. So he was saying that he didn't want to go anymore. So my sister asked him why, and he was saying like, when he go under the water, he can't breathe. So he doesn't want to, he feel like he's drowning or whatever. So he doesn't want to go anymore. And we're like, what? That was weird. But we attributed to his breathing issue, right? And by the way, before I go any further, I did get my sister's permission to talk about this because I wanted to make sure, that I had her permission to, talk about this on my channel. And so she gave me permission. So just to let y'all know, I'm not just willy-nilly talking about this. But, because my respect thing is real. So she was telling me, like, I don't know what's wrong with him because he's having all these issues. And he went back to school. The same thing again, like 3 or 4 times they sending him home saying he got a high fever and they tested him and he had the C. And she's like, wait a minute, something is not right. So last year, like I said, she works in that field. She's been in the field probably, I want to say 15 years. So last year, she called me and was like, he is having a high fever. And I've been working in the healthcare field too for years, so she was telling me he had a high fever and everything, and she had to ice him down, put him in an ice bath in order for it to go down. And she was like, if it spikes again, I'm taking him to the doctor because this is too much. Because, every time she go to the doctor, they say, oh, he got the C. That's it. They really wasn't giving you anything for it or whatever. It was like you just had to go through what you go through, and that was it. Well, this time, she, I can't remember exactly what happened that day, but she was like, okay, we're going to the emergency room. So she get in the emergency room, they do all the stuff. And then they tell her, well, yeah, he has C. So you just, do, what you've been doing until he can get over it. And she said, wait a minute. The fever that he spiked, this is more than that. This is not just that, because he's never done this before. This is something else. So she looked at the doctor and told him, what would you have done before the C ever came out? That's what you need to do for my child. If my child, if this was 3 years ago, before the C came out, what are the tests you would have ran for him? What would you have done for him? And so she said, the doctor looked at her and she said, just so happened, because she had got off from work and she was just running around, she had grabbed her jacket from the clinic she worked for. And so it had, that she worked for that kind of clinic and all that on her jacket. So I guess he paid attention. And he asked her, "What do you think it is?" She said, "I think it's cancer." She said, "I'm just going to be honest. I do." And another thing that I forgot to mention, she said right before that, she had started making his lunch because he was saying he didn't want the food at school. So she was just thinking, oh, the food was bad or whatever, and he didn't want it. And then she was noticing his appetite had changed and he wasn't eating as much. So it got to the point where he was asking her to make him a salad. He's an 8-year-old child asking for salad to take to school. So she's saying, "What? A salad?" But she was making it. She was like, "Oh, that's great. He want to be healthy, She's just thinking like that. He been sick a lot, so yeah, that would be great for him to take salad to school. I don't have a problem with that." So she was doing it. This is her only child, remember? So whatever. She was just trying to do whatever she could. So the doctor said, "Okay." So he started running the test that he would have ran before the C. He came back and told my sister the reason why he could not swallow. So remember, he was having breathing issues. Now it's getting to the point he can't swallow. Now he can't swim. It was because he had a mass on his lung that was so big that it was pushing his esophagus. It was huge. So this mass had been growing all these years of things going on. That mass was growing. Now I know what people are probably asking, like, what? She didn't ever take him to the doctor? He went to every pediatrician's appointment, okay? My sister working in the healthcare field, she's serious about her job. Nobody caught it. Even when those times she was taking him to the hospital because the school kept sending him home. And if you have children now, what they do is if you spike a fever or anything, you have to go to the doctor and you have to come back showing that you've been to the doctor and that they have released you because of the C. A lot of schools are doing that now. And he goes to like a charter school or something like that. So every time she was taking him to the doctor, all this. So she's doing everything thinking it's the right thing, but she didn't catch that. When I tell you, it broke her heart. Because now she don't know what's going to happen. Her child, this is her only child. No, her only child. Hey, Melanie, thank you for coming in. So she got it. They started a treatment plan right off top. And like I said to you, she pulled her jacket from the clinic she worked at. So we believe they reached out to the doctor she works for. And my sister, like I said, she been doing this for years. They love her. Like with just recently, they shut down one practice and the doctor separated and they took her with them to start the practice over. That's how much they love her. Like it's real serious. So evidently they was praying, they was calling her, the doctor she worked for, and he's highly recommended in the state. So they knew him, of course. When I tell you they was on it, when I tell you my nephew, they immediately admitted him into the hospital, put him on the floor. They started giving him, different things and working on him and everything. So long story short, I can't remember the day, and I should have asked her before I went live. But his last scan, he was cancer free. He's 9 years old. He back to himself. He grew his hair back. He's, his same little silly, vibrant self running around, making fun of us, doing all the stuff that a single son would do. He loved practical jokes and everything. So when I thought about Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, I wanted to talk about that because it's so important with our grandchildren, with our children whoever that you know, to pay attention to some of the signs that you might think, oh, that's just, whatever. No, it could be real serious. And my sister, at first, she was so hard on herself. She was like, I work with people every day. I see this every day. Why didn't I? But it's different when you dealing with your own child, and she just didn't see it. But so I'm gonna share something with y'all. And hey, I don't ask for nothing. I'm still new to this. I'm not getting paid to do nothing, but I do want to ask y'all to do one thing for me tonight, because this is cancer childhood awareness. And if you want to, you can. If you don't, you don't. But she gave me permission to share this. So this is my nephew. I'm gonna show y'all this cute little face of his. They get away with everything when it comes to me, because he just too darn cute. That's one thing. He's just so cute. Let me hide this little thing. So this is my nephew, Caden. You see, he don't look like what he been through. Okay, he really is doing well. Like, he's thriving in school again. Because another thing I didn't say, but I didn't talk about, but he really went through it. Like, seriously went through it. Like, he had to get out of school. He was homeschooled. He has a lot of anxiety now because, thank you all, thank you. Yeah, he a cutie pie. He know it too. He knows. He had to go to, let me tell y'all how bad it is when it's a child that have to go through this type of stuff. His dad got sick recently. He's in the doctor's office telling them where to draw the blood from, because he knows how to spot good veins, because he got so used to them drawing his blood all the time. It's crazy. And he's holding his dad's hand, telling him, don't worry about it, Dad. It's going to be okay. Hilarious. He's hilarious. So this is a little campaign that he's in, all these things that they got him doing. And as you see, we raising a little money, and it goes to the Rally Foundation, which is, the Rally Foundation is. So you can see this. This is his little shirt that he made. This is what he made. And so I would ask, and I'm going to put the link in here. If you want to donate to my nephew Caden's a little childhood cancer fund for Rally Kids, you can do so. And I'm going to put the link in there. But yeah, he's matter of fact, let me copy the link now. But yeah, this is him. And you would never know that he went through that, and when I looked at the girl earlier today, and she's in her early 20s, and then I think about what my nephew went through. And here's the link. I'm going to put that link in there real quick before I keep talking and forget. When I look at, young people like that, and then it just really puts things in perspective of, life can be short for anyone. And T-Talk, I don't know if you're still in here, but I thought about you as well with what you've been going through with your son. It's like when those things hit, it really helps you to appreciate your personal life first. Thank you for telling me. Thank you. He's a mess though. That boy's a character. I'm telling y'all, he's a character. But it really puts things in perspective. And sometimes you may think that you are going through the worst until you hear somebody else's story. So I'm, thank y'all for listening. But I really wanted to share that today, because we know about St. Jude, and he didn't go to St. Jude. I was trying to get my sister to try to go there, but he didn't go there because, like I said, she worked for the doctors in the field. So they wanted her there at that hospital where they could monitor and make sure things was taken care of. When I tell you they took care of them, they took care of them. But I would advise anybody, these when it's a child, not that they don't do enough for the adults. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying for the kids, They go all out. Like he has not missed a beat from the last time he had his scan. When I tell you they got him doing all kind of stuff, he going here, he going there. And just to let y'all know about this fundraiser, because she told me to let y'all know this. Because like I said, I talked to my sister about it and asked her if I could share this. But she said that she doesn't get anybody's information. This is to rally kids. And what they do is they'll send you the shirt directly from them. It has nothing to do with her. He's just the face of this part of the fundraiser. So, just to let you know, because I know how things are. And like I said, it's up to you if you want to do it. I just wanted to share it because this month is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. So, yeah. So that's that. I just wanted to share that, and I didn't cry, y'all. I made it through because I want to cry, but I didn't cry because I'm happy. Like now, he's came a long way. I mean, he back to school. He doing his thing. He plays sports. They go out of town a lot. They back to the same things he was doing before. And of course, the only thing about it is he always have the potential. And that's what we praying for, that he never has to go through this again. But we that's all we can do is pray about it, and just try to keep him healthy as possible and keep working with him. So let me go through some of these comments because I've been talking, and let me see where we were at. Yeah, so it's sad, but I didn't want it to be too sad because it is a joyful thing, to have a child to beat it, but I'm going back to the front. Let's see. Everybody's speaking. I'm trying to get to the ones where everybody's commenting. Okay, everybody's talking and saying hello. Okay, Soul Star Music Lover. It says, continue prayers to you, T-Talk. I wake up every morning and listen to In the Bushes because I'm at 3 a.m. in California. Girl, Soul Star, I be wanting to meet. I really do want to hear T-Talk in the morning. But I am not going to lie. I be rolled over when I wake up, she gone. So I said, I'm going to have to do better. But yeah, I try to catch the replays, though, all the time. But 3 in the morning, that's no joke right there. Let's see. And yes, thank you, Network Specialist. She said, please hit the like button. I appreciate that. Everybody saying hello. Let's see. TNT G-Mon said, my Lord, yes. Melanie Beauty said, praying that God heals that baby. Yes, he has. I'm telling you, when I tell you we was praying, we were praying, like, because nothing to that extent had ever happened to us before, where, you watching a child go through this. We had never experienced that before. The review hour. Hey, I didn't know you was in here. It said, that's a beautiful story. Thank God for healing. Yes, thank God. I'm telling you, we prayed and prayed. And, also to be with my sister, because at the time, like her husband is sickly right now still. So you got to think the last 3 years, because she had been dealing with my nephew, off and on, not knowing what the illness was, but he was going through, a lot. And then her husband, he's a bad diabetic. So he's been going through it too. His whole family are, bad diabetics. So she was like going through it at the same time with both of them. So it was just rough, it was rough. And she's been married. I'm 25 this year. She made 25 last year. So yeah, it was just hard. And that's their only child. So she was dealing with her husband being sick, with her son being sick, and she was like going crazy. But, thank goodness, things are better, but she's still dealing with her husband's sickness too. So, it's just a lot. Melanie Beauty said, oh my God, he's so handsome. Thank you. He's a mess though, Melanie Beauty. I'm telling you, he calls and pranks me. He do all kinds of stuff. He's a trip. Him and my daughter, they go at it all the time. Because my daughter is 12 and he's 9. And since we're the only two in the family that only has one child, a long time ago, we said, well, you might as well act like that's your sibling because ain't no more coming. So that's what they do. Like, we do a lot of stuff together since they are only children and stuff. And then my other family, they got other kids too, but those two are really close. Everybody's saying he's handsome. Thank you. Real Talk Grace and Mercy said, praise God. My gosh. Hey, Shara Hill, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm sorry, I'm just not getting to the comments. Imani, good to see you. Um, so yeah, it's really been something. But hey, sweet tea, good to see you. And Brenda, if I didn't say hello, good to see you. Maria Clark said, for your testimony, and thank you, sister, for advocating for her child, no matter what the doctors had to say. Yes, because I'm telling you, they were going to send her home. They told her that's what it was. It was the C. He's had it before. They even told her, well, we saw in your records that he had it 3 months ago. And so one of the tests that you take in the hospital a lot of times, it doesn't go away for 3 months, 3 or 4 months. So they said that it's just that he's getting a false positive on the test. So they were really like dismissing him. Like she really had to fight for her son that day. I mean, it was a lot. I remember her calling me crying and upset because she was like, this is crazy. They're not listening to me. So, it's just, that's a scary thing as a parent to have to deal with something like that. And what if she would have took him home, you know? So I'm just thankful, and I'm telling you, we staying prayed up that it doesn't come back and that he stays healthy. Brenda said, I haven't been able to get up early for over a week, caught a cold, so miss everything. Oh, Brenda, I hope you get better. Yeah, I'm not a morning person. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all, if I knew that people would come on in the middle of the night, that's when I would come on. I'm just gonna be honest. I am a night person for real. I work in the daytime barely because I hate it. I am a night shifter. I'm a night person. So a lot of times I'm struggling because I stay up late at night and then I gotta get up early in the morning. But yeah, so if I knew that people would be really on at night and I didn't have to wake up and go to work the next day, I would probably come on a lot of late nights. I really would. Shara Hill said it. I know the struggle. I have one child and one grandson, age 4, and he was diagnosed with autism. Oh yeah, I went into early retirement to make sure he was safe. Oh, Shara, you know what? That's a blessing that he has you. That is a blessing because when I say these children are going through it with this autism and everything that they having to go through now is just so different from when we were younger. I don't know what the problem is. Hey, I said Noor. I always say your name wrong, but hi, welcome. Thank you for coming for the support. Thank you. Um, I don't know what it is, but the school systems today are really not helping these children. And I actually saw, I don't know if you all saw that report, and I don't want to try to look it up because I'm already thrown off today since it's my my first day back on live. I got to get back in the swing of things. But I saw a report on Texas CBS where that little 10-year-old girl, if you all from Texas, you probably heard about it. She had autism, and that policeman handcuffed her and took her to juvenile in the 5th grade. Now they know she has autism. They knew what she was diagnosed with. The teachers, it was sad because the father he was a good dad. He was a good dad. What happened was he ended up getting the footage from the police cam to see exactly what happened that day to his daughter. That was, I love like those type of stories and stuff like that. And sometimes when the news pop up, I just hit on it just so I can have some background noise because like it's a trip what's going on in the world today. So the girl, they actually showed her where they handcuffed her. They called the father to the school. He said, so are you going to let my child out the car? And the policeman was like, no, she's being detained. And he took her to juvenile. She has autism. When they showed the video cam of what happened that day, they were dead wrong. But it was like a pile up of things that they kept doing towards her, knowing what her diagnosis was. It was sad. So if you all have a chance to check that out, but the little girl, she was 10 years old, and they arrested her and took her to juvenile. And the dad fought for her. And he went up there and he said, he was saying, this is not right. This is not right. When he got that police cam and he showed the investigator from the news what was happening, she didn't do anything. Actually, the police officer was trying to convince the teacher to file a complaint against that little girl. It's sad. So I'm saying that to say, and I hope I'm saying your name, Sharon. I hope I'm saying it right. Let me know if I'm not. I'm saying that to say that's a blessing that you can be there, because a lot of us women who raise our children, the grandmothers are still having to work too. So that community aspect of family is gone in these days and time than how it was back in the day, where grandmama, everybody went to grandmother's house after school, before school, whatever. And now a lot of the children don't have that anymore. So yeah, that was when you said that, it just jogged my mind. As y'all see how my mind works. Hey, Aunt Debbie, welcome. I miss you, Aunt Debbie. I've been hearing you here and there, but I've been off of YouTube too. So welcome, welcome. So that was that. I done got off on a tangent, but that when she said that, it just sparked, made that memory come up that I watched that as well. So also, so it's a lot of things going on this month as far as awareness. There is also a alopecia awareness month. For me, that is a hot topic. And I'm gonna go into that one day. I got a video that I want to do about that, but that's just another awareness that's going on this month. I'm trying to think of, I had everything pulled up of the different things for the month of September. Let me see. Another thing that we should be aware of this month. And the reason why I'm pointing these things out is because there's so many people going through them right now. So many people. And so it's really difficult for a lot of people right now. And these little bitty things, well, they're not little things. I shouldn't say little things, but these things that we all have to endure sometimes separately, if we only gave awareness to it more often, there would be more of a community around it. So just to be honest, that's why I started my channel. It's for things like this, to talk about these type of issues. And so, it's just very important. So that being said, and I'm trying not to stay on here long because, it's my first day back, but I got some videos that's coming out. I told y'all not too long ago, I put up a post saying I got content coming up. I'm coming back, but I did want to come on and explain what I want to talk about. And I hope, we can gain some things, from some of the subject matters that I have. But one thing that I'm really kind of excited about, and I'm really wanting some feedback on, just because I'm excited. I got an ASMR video coming up. Please look at it. I'm trying to drop it on Sunday. I want to drop it on Sunday because I feel like it'll be great to start off the week, because it's not just as ASMR. It's not really like all the little noises and stuff. I didn't really do that, but it's more about self-esteem affirmations. And so I'm talking to me too, because as I always say, that over here I'm on a journey of growth and love and being seen and heard, and I want all the people around me to have that same feeling and also be on that journey. So I do have that coming up. So starting Monday, I'm going to have some posts that are also geared around that topic. So look out for that. I got some other things coming up. I'm telling y'all, I've been working hard. I've been working hard to try to really get the content out that I want. Let me tell y'all something. This YouTube stuff is no joke. I'm gonna be honest. Like being a watcher of YouTube, I was in love with YouTube. Like one day I looked at my history, and then I set something on my iPad just to let me know how much YouTube I watch. I was on here like a full-time job, okay? Because I listened to YouTube while I was working. I was listening to YouTube when I'm walking, when I'm out doing stuff, whenever. I always had a content creator in my ear. And I listen to everybody. Hey, Jess, how you doing? Good to see you. I listen to everybody. So I was just loving YouTube. I love creativity. I love content. I love the way everybody has a different perspective. It makes me energetic and excited. And it takes me, I mean, when I tell you, I'm so excited about all these new YouTubers coming out. And I've been on YouTube for a long time, at least, I want to say 12 years. I don't know. Some people know me from my I had a channel too, but I never put anything on it. It was DD Star, which is my name. So I've been rocking probably since I want to say 2012, 2010. I don't know. So I've watched some of the bigger YouTubers grow, and it's been so exciting for me. So I thought, wow, I'm going to get on this YouTube thing and I got to love it because I love it, right? It's a little different when you got to come up with your own content and, and make your, I'm just being honest, y'all. I'm just being honest. And do your own videos and stuff. I'm a real good cheerleader, but it made me really have to look at myself in a different way. So that's why I had to take that time off. Because for some of y'all that wasn't in here at the beginning, hey, April, October, welcome. I really I have to get myself together. Like I need a schedule. Like this is a job. I can't look at it the way I was looking at it before. I knew I said that when I first made the YouTube channel. I was thinking in my head, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I got all this stuff that I've been writing for years, content I just been collecting and stuff I want to talk about that's really important to me, and I hope it's important to other people. But then when you start really having to do it, I was like, am I really cut out for this? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. Just from the people in my YouTube channel right now tonight, all of y'all is the reason why I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing it. Because guess what? I'm doing it for free today because I'm not monetized, but I love it. And that's what I love about YouTube. Like all the time I've spent listening to everybody else and taking in everybody's knowledge and, laughing and cutting up with everybody and doing all the stuff. I really realized when I was away for a little bit, I really missed y'all. Like I was suffering in a way, but I was trying to get myself together. You know how you got a goal you want to set, and sometimes you got to block out the noise just so you can go on that journey and set that goal. That's kind of what I had to do. I had to kind of block out the noise of my favorite content creators on YouTube that I visit every single day and I take them in all the time. I had to kind of block that out so I could see where am I going with this YouTube thing. And this is funny. The Silver, she's the GOAT right now. And she told me one day on her Patreon, I told her, how can I be a better YouTuber when I love everybody else's content? And she told me, she said, you need to get up off of YouTube and make your content. For real. Hey, Raw Reacts, welcome, welcome. So I was like, that's kind of harsh. I mean, I took it because I love her and I know she wasn't still steering me wrong, but it was like hard for me because it was almost like you telling me to give up my favorite piece of cake or something. But on this little time I had off, to be honest, I was thinking about the fact that I started my YouTube channel probably in, I don't know, March or something like that, April. I didn't really start putting content on it until about May, I think. And I've been playing. Just to be honest, I've been playing and a little afraid of how people would accept the content I want to bring out. And am I really, is this really for me? Or, you go through all of those things. And I've been on, hey, Purple Yoda Princess, how you doing? Welcome. I've been on Queen Sheba. A lot of y'all are subscribed to her too, and y'all, I've been very candid and open, and that's just who I am. This is me. What you see is what you get. Well, you can't see me right now, but I'm going to eventually come on camera. My daughter is helping me get my office together. She said, "Mom, you got to go on camera." She's my cheerleader. She always, "Are you going live?" My husband, "Are you going live?" So they help keep me in order. But I really had to think about, why am I doing this? Is it just for the money? Of course, I'm looking at where it could take me and what I could be and all of that. But to be honest, hello, CDW. I am so sorry. Hello, Coach CP. Hello. What I realize is it's not about the money. Yeah, of course, I want to get paid. Now, don't get it twisted, because I already got my Patreon waiting for my membership. I'm just going to be honest. I'm ready. There's a whole lot of stuff I got to do. But I'm saying that I love it because it allows me to be me. It allows me to say the things that I'm thinking and hope somebody can understand where I'm coming from. It allows me to meet people. It allows me to, I'm a people person, period, point blank, period. I am. I can see people in the store and I can have a long conversation with them, and I never met them before. I've had that happen to me so many times. When I worked in the hospital, I used to get in trouble because I stayed in my patient's room talking and encouraging them and doing all this stuff. And so that's just who I've been. And I've always been a cheerleader for everybody else. But me taking that time off, I realized I need to cheerlead for me. That's something I've never really honestly done. And I'm really, this is my vulnerable moment. But I'm not going to cry. I don't care. I'm not crying. Not tonight, because it was a good day. But yeah, this is really me letting you all know. I don't really deal with the signs, to be honest, Sharad, but please put your pronunciation of your name in my chat, because that's going to drive me crazy if I'm not saying your name right. But I was born in May. I'm May 25th, baby. So that's it right there, the network specialist. Love on yourself. Sometimes in life, and this is why I made my channel, it's easy. Oh, Sheree. Yeah, see, I've been saying it wrong. Thank you, Sheree. And I got friends, but they spell their name differently from you. Okay, back to the subject. Sometimes in life, you get opportunities to really live like you should be living, but it's so unreal that you run from it. And that's what my 2 weeks or so off of YouTube told me. Like, why are you playing? Like, when I was 11, I'm just telling you some things about me. And some of y'all know, if you've been, y'all know, hey, I done been on everybody's page and I tell about myself, I don't care. But when I was 11, that's when hip hop it was big, but it wasn't a lot of women in it. This is a story about me. And I'm writing about this too, but I just want to tell y'all this little story about me. So when I was 11 years old, I listened to this song by the rapper named Roxanne Shante. At that time, she was about 14. I had never heard of her before, and I lived in Nashville, Tennessee. And at the time, I was struggling, okay? Because if you know my story, and I'm going to talk about it more, and I don't care, to talk about it, but I was a child of trauma, a lot of trauma. But when I heard that young girl, and I'll never forget that the guy on the radio said, she's only 14 and she's going to be the biggest thing out there because listen to her now. Now, when I listen to their rap now compared to back then, I thought it was like the best of everything. It's a little different now when I listen to it. But the point is, she gave me hope. Like when they made that movie of her on Netflix, it was so crazy because seeing her story helped me to see that I wasn't wrong that day I heard her song. From that point on, I taught myself how to rap. And I didn't write a rap. I never knew how to write a rap. I only freestyled, like straight from the top of my head. And every day, I practice. Every day. Just putting words together. I didn't read a dictionary. I would just say words and just put them together, whatever. And at that time, now I know, but back then I didn't know there was a real skill that I was doing. I didn't know, I thought anybody could do it. I didn't realize that it was really major until the day I was brave enough, because at that time, of course, it was only boys doing that. It was the day I was brave enough to go to school and challenge somebody. And I remember they laughed at me, of course. All the boys, they laughed. What you talking about? You don't know what you talking about. You can't do this. You can't do that. But when I tell y'all, I felt like I was a queen on my throne, and I'm about to show you who I am. And that day I battled this guy. And from that day on, it was on. So I had to be on my A game every single day because I never knew what was going to happen. He would see me in the lunchroom and he would just start rapping on me, and I have to rap back or I'm embarrassed because everybody's listening. I didn't have a choice. Now, they didn't know what was going on in my household. They didn't know I was really struggling at the time. But that gave me the ability to live when I started doing that. And it was so funny that my mom, she hated it because, a lot of mothers back then, they hated rap. Rap had a bad name everywhere. They tried to get rap banned. It was just a lot. So my mom was like, no, girls are not supposed to be doing this. Until the day, people were knocking on my door asking me to come outside and rap for them. And that's when she was like, wait a minute, what? You really do this? She still didn't like it, of course. She didn't. So really, that's what I thought I would be at this point. I would have thought that I was going to be a rapper and that I would have retired as a rapper. I had big dreams for that at that time at 11 years old. And in my 20s, I was looking for a record deal. But you know what? That part of me is still here. It's just in a different way. So I'm saying that to say, and I don't know who out there need it. I don't know. But I'm just saying, this is where I'm feeling right now. I'm doing this YouTube channel, not just for me, but I'm doing it for you and whoever else is out there. And I hope that whatever I share can make everybody a little bit better, a little bit brighter, a little bit happier, just from me talking, telling what I know, what I've experienced, and also some of the things that I find important. So I want to ask all of you all, to keep watching me. I promise you, I'm going to show up. And that's the challenge that I'm giving to myself. So going back to that 11-year-old girl who was being challenged and had to stand up because I was going to be embarrassed. I'm asking y'all to hold me accountable. Challenge me. If you don't see me, hit me up on the DM. Where you at? Because I do deal with depression, anxiety, PTSD. I deal with all of that, and I've done a couple of videos about it. And so sometimes I can get in my little space, and it take me away from who I am and who I want to be. So this is what I need to do for myself. And so, yes, network specialist, because you was like, where you at? I hope you well. Please do that. Because sometimes, depression, like I was talking about the girl earlier, and if you didn't get to see it, you can hit the replay. But the girl earlier was talking about how she has an invisible disease. Nobody understands because they look at her, she's beautiful, but she's suffering. And that's how some of these other things are that we go through, depression and anxiety. And let me tell y'all, I'm good at masking because I've been masking my whole life. I've been masking my whole life. I had to. That's how I survived my household as a child. When I walked out that door, nobody would know what was happening at home because I was good. But now that I'm older, it doesn't serve me anymore. I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to mask and pretend and to act like I can be genuinely me. And I had to learn that. And yes, sweet tea therapy is great. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm not doing all the comments. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back and get them. But yes, I see that. I'm always in therapy. I go to therapy all the time. If I feel like I'm getting off kilter a little bit, I go get me a therapist. I don't have no problem with that. But one thing I have realized about myself is that, as I was saying before, I'm a great cheerleader for everybody. And I want everybody to win. But I'm learning I need to win too. I need to win too. So that's what this YouTube channel is about for me. It's a challenge for myself to do my best. And if I'm not doing my best, I know I'm gonna know about it. I know people gonna call me on it. And I know, that I'm gonna have to make some adjustments. And I'm not scared of that. That's not the problem for me. But it's just that, you get in your head sometimes. So I'm saying all that to say, I'm ready, and I've really learned that this YouTube thing is really for me. Not because I just love everybody else's commentary, because I do. Y'all know, if you see me on these YouTube streets, I'll be in everybody chats all the time. But I'm gonna say this, y'all might see me in chats a little bit less. Not that I'm feeling any way about anybody, because I love everybody. It's just that I realized that I have been, when I do that, I keep missing my thing and what I'm supposed to do. And it's funny because somebody told me that not too long ago, and I kind of dismissed it, but I heard them. And they said, you need to start doing your content and you need to be more consistent. And I heard it. But when you used to doing a certain way, that's what we do. That's what we do. We just keep going that certain way. I don't want to do that anymore. So, well, I don't want to keep going on that tangent. But let me go back to the comments. Let's see. I'm trying to get back. I don't even know where I stopped. Let's see. I'm trying to find where I was. Okay. The network, and I hope I didn't miss anybody before this, but most of them is saying hello and everything. The network specialist said the key is to take your time and move at your own pace. Only do it when you are in good spirits. And that's true too. But also, I realize I got to push myself a little bit more, because sometimes I'm just chilling and I'm just listening to everybody else. And then at the end of the night, I'm thinking, I could have went live. Or while I'm listening to them, I could have been making a video, you know. So it's a project for me. Ro React said, "Hey," and she said, "I'm listening on my TV, but I'm here." Thank you, Ro Reacts. Um, and I'm gonna say something about Ro Reacts, the network specials in a minute. Um, Sheree says, we need you out here. It's very toxic. We need more of this. Yeah, and that's the other thing. That's the other reason why I wanted to do this. I wanted to do my YouTube channel too, because I kept getting tired of being sucked into craziness. But yeah, the network specialist said, yes, love on yourself. Yes, that's good advice. You are a natural advocate, so don't stop. Right, Maria. I'm not gonna stop that. I'm still gonna chili for people. It just may show up differently. I'm not saying not going because Debbie, she already know. But I got, I mean, it's just some places I just gotta be. I can't help it. But I'm gonna have to do it a little differently. I'm gonna have to put myself in. I need self-discipline, put it like that. I need some discipline when it comes to YouTube because I'm telling you, YouTube was taking on my whole life. My husband's like, you always on YouTube and you have not made one video. It's crazy. But anyway, Sweet Tea, I was just getting ready to tell you that from my perspective and listening to you on the Silvers page, you are a people's person and you make great conversations. Thank you, Sweet Tea. I was that child that got in trouble all the time for talking too much in school. So, it's wonderful that now I can talk without getting in trouble. The next person, the network specialist said, I will. And thank you. I know you will. Coach CP said, I believe you are going to do it and do it well. You got it. Thank you. Thank you. I need all the encouragement. Sweet Tea said, this is great therapy. Thank you. And that's what made me think about therapy when you said that. Because, hey, for real, it is. Because sometimes you can kind of hide from people. I call it hiding in plain sight. You can hide from people. I'm very outgoing all the time. This is who I am all the time. But then sometimes when I come home in my comfort space, I kind of, hide myself. And so I'm trying to get out of that because it's not good, especially when you got a young child. It's not good at all. So she said, yes, it is. I don't know what I said then. And she said, give it to Jesus. He will give you rest. Yes, that's it. You are me. I am you. Thank you, Maria. I know it's more people out here like this. I know it gotta be. I cannot be the only one. Sweet Tea said, yes, he will. Yes. Um, you have to walk in your purpose. Thank you. And that's what I'm learning. That's something I didn't really get before, but I'm really learning it now. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And I'll talk about that, on down the road. Because like I said, I got some different things I want to touch on about that. Roviet said, yes, I was missing you. I'm good at masking too. My mother was a narcissist. We got that in common, Roviet. I'm still finding my own voice. That's why I don't go live or do panels yet. You got to do it. Once you do it, because as you see, nobody's perfect at this. I see some big content creators stumbling and bumbling sometimes, and they've been doing it for a long time. But, it's just of getting in a habit and a practice. And I know I'm still getting there myself. I still don't even know all the tricks of trade, but my challenge is to get on here, just to get on here. So if I make one video a week and do a live, that is to me a big accomplishment. And that's, so I'm trying to make that my goal from this point forward. The network specialist said, we love your transparency. Thank you. I don't know any way to be. I really don't. I know I'll probably tell all my business, but that's just who I am. I don't know. I've always been that way. You hide your support system. Oh, you saying you have your support system right here? Thank you. I appreciate that. Tia P. Hey, Tia P. I didn't see you come in. She said, happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Oh, I tell you, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I was going to talk about that too. I'm going to talk about that because I want to talk about the Tabitha Brown thing that she talked about. And I heard some very interesting perspectives on what she said. But let me just touch on that. I'm going to touch on that before I go. I got to, because it's my anniversary too. And I understood what she was trying to get at. And she said, oh, yeah, you have your support system right here. Maria said, I have masks that automatically snap on soon as I step outside my front door. When I tell you, Maria, it's a skill, and I had it my whole life, like seriously. I remember even to the point where one of my friends, I was really depressed, like, and I decided that I was going to allow her to know what I've been going through. And she looked at me and said, are you serious? She said, I mean, she was dead serious too. She said, I would have never thought that you have these type of problems. Like, you always seem like you have it all together. And I was like, huh? Because me personally, I know I put on a mask. I know I try to hide it, but I didn't think I was that good. Like, if you close to me or whatever, I thought people know. She really, really genuinely did not think that I got down and depressed in that way. And it was interesting to me. That was like a wake-up call for me of how good I have been masking over the years, because we have been friends for a while. So that's interesting that you say that. Aunt Debbie said, you are made for this. I love listening to you. You are the best conversationalist. Thank you. Thank you. Aunt Debbie, boy, I used to get in trouble. You know I was in trouble. Back then, they used to make you do write-offs. I got paddlings and I got write-offs. They call it, I don't know what they call it now. I don't think the kids even have to do that, because I told my daughter that, and she said, what are you talking about? It was so bad on Debbie that I would get a 500 page, a 500 write-off I would have to do. So I tried to trick my teacher. And all I did was fill out the first 2 pages. And then I put a whole lot of pages in the back, in the middle. And then I did the last 2 pages. I got away with it like 3 or 4 times. But that last time I got a paddling instead. So it didn't work no more. But that's how bad it used to be. I used to get in trouble for that. But now, hey, I can do it freely. TLP said, I have to watch it. 28 years of 831, almost 32 years together. Congratulations. That is wonderful. Jess here says, the miles that, what is it? I don't understand what you're saying, Jess. Let me know what you're talking about. The mile stays. Okay. So let me talk about Tabitha Brown. I haven't heard it fully, so correct me if I'm getting it off a little bit. But I did hear some clips and other people talking about it. Just says, yeah, I may as well be back in Hollywood. I've done more acting being back in my hometown than I've done on any set or stage. Okay, because I'm telling you, if you got that, you got it. But anyway, with Tabitha Brown, she was talking about how she has some, and I heard her talk about this before, but for whatever reason, this kind of got some traction lately. So she was saying how her and her husband went through some times where she didn't even really like him, really. Like, they were just together because they couldn't afford not to be. And, they went through some rough times. And, a lot of people was kind of saying, well, she retire him? And see, that's what I'm talking about. You act like your marriage is so good and this, that, and the other. And it ain't always perfect. I heard a lot of stuff. So, let me tell you something. Honestly, TLP can attest to this, and anybody else in the chat. And if you just even know people who are married, ain't no perfect marriage out here. If you able to stay longer than 7 years, it's accomplishment. Okay? It's an accomplishment. It's just that everybody's not going to tell you that they struggle in their marriage. And to think that she really shouldn't have put it out there the way she did, I think it was brilliant that she did that. Because if you know her story, she talked about how she was in her mind thinking she's going to be this person that she is now. She's been like that their whole marriage. And he just had to follow her dreams here and there. I'm going to tell you, if you ever get a chance, go on Kev on stage when he interviewed her and her husband some years ago, and it was him and his wife. When I tell y'all, I can watch that today and I laugh every time. I mean, crying laughing because it's so good. It is so funny. Hey, Alpha MC, how you doing? Thank you. Don't worry about it, girl. You know you can always catch that replay. Don't worry about it. Glad you came though. Um, so she was talking about, they were just poor. Like, if you know her story, the fact that she was able to retire her husband was commendable. Because when I say this man stuck by her through all of her dreams, through her sickness, through everything she had been through, it's nothing for her to, now that she made it big, to bring her husband along, because he was always the one supporting her no matter who was there. And I just think that we've gotten into this space where, people look at marriage in different ways. I don't know. I don't understand it. My marriage is not perfect. No kind of way. Sometimes he get on my last nerves, and I know I've been on his last nerve. However, what makes marriage work is two people wanting to work, because that's all it is, really. It's work. It's a partnership. What you put in your marriage is what you get out of it, on both parts. One person can't put in the most, the other person can't put in the most. You both got to work at it. Now, that being said, there's times in a marriage where one person is putting in 100% because the other person just can't. Well, I ain't gonna say 100. I'll say 80%. The other person can't put in but 20, or vice versa. Through these 25 years, and actually it's funny, my husband wants to do a podcast with me, y'all. It's crazy because he wants to talk about, we almost did this about 2 weeks ago, because he was listening. I don't know who I was listening to. We was talking about Love Marriage Huntsville. He was like, what is the attraction? Why are y'all so talking about them and doing this and that? And I was like, you don't understand, but it's real serious over here, and I'm trying to explain it to him. And so he said, we need to talk about, I said, you know what, we ought to get on live and we need to talk about it. You need to ask those questions so the people in the chat can explain it. Because I probably won't be able to explain it the way he needs to hear it. But because he was just like, y'all women really be on that show like that. Like, Mel really got y'all going and y'all really be all about it. And I'm like, yeah, it's serious over here. Everybody's serious about this that's in this sector. So, but that being said, there's things that I had to go through medically. There's things that I had to go through mentally that my husband stuck by me, and vice versa. We took care of his mother. I had to move her into my house on hospice, and I had to help him take care of her until she passed. So when you think about marriage, like for real marriage, I'm not talking about what we seeing on social media, this fake mess that everybody talking about. Well, they married one minute, divorced the next, everybody cheating on each other. We're not talking about that kind of marriage. We're not talking about that. And I'm gonna tell y'all, my husband knew this from day one, for real. Cheating and beating is out. I'm out. I ain't going through that with nobody. I don't care who you are. I don't care how good of a person you seem to be or whatever. I'm out. He know that. I tell him that today, 25 years in. Somebody was talking about Judge Mathis. Everybody was talking about that. I was going to get into that too. And I said, well, that's not really my kind of content right now. I'm trying to stay where I'm, focused. But when you think about their marriage, that woman probably went through a lot for her to walk away at 39 years of marriage. It's a lot of things that come along with it. And it's a lot of things you have to deal with. And she probably gave him chance after chance after chance to fix it. But he even said himself, this is how you lose your wife, when you don't spend enough time to do all this stuff. He still is not willing to do that, even though he knows she's about to leave him. That's sad. So just putting it in perspective, because I hadn't spoke on this conversation, I hadn't spoke about it. Marriage can be a good thing and marriage can be horrible. It's all about what you put into it. It's all about knowing who you marrying before you get married. Sometimes you get tricked. Sometimes you think you got the one and they turn out to be something totally different. But we're looking at a marriage that's about to happen now, which is all over the internet with Jennifer Williams. All the signs are there. And she's still willing to walk in it. It ain't nothing you can do for her. It ain't nothing you can do for her. Because she's still willing to take this path with all the stuff that she's seeing. So really, it's all about what you looking for in a person, what that person is looking for. As you grow in marriage, you really do grow in marriage. My husband taught me a lot about myself. It was things because I didn't have a father figure for real. I had men around, but they was no good and they were not father figures. My husband was raised mostly with his grandmother. So his thought process is different from mine, and we had to really come together. We've lost a baby. I went through a lot of miscarriages, but we actually lost a child together. And I'm going to talk about that more because, that's coming up. It's just so many things. But I can honestly say out of everything, he's the only person that knows me completely. Like for real, for real. Like he's the only person that I really have let into my space to know everything about me and vice versa. There's things that we've talked about that we don't talk about to other people, not even our families know. So it's all about you and what you put into it. And so I just really, it bothered me that people was taking that so negatively about what she was saying when really she was telling the truth. That's marriage. Sometimes you can't stand each other. And you really have to work back to see why you got married to this person in the first place. Okay? Now, that being said, if he's a narcissist, if he's a cheater, if he's a AB user, if he's, or she, because women are like that too, then, that's a different story. But I'm just talking about genuinely being married and the difficulties that come with marriage. I don't care who you are, because you're putting two different people together and trying to make it work. So that's my spiel on the marriage thing. I just thought it was interesting that people were saying that about her. And I was like, but she's being honest. And I know a lot of times people don't want you to be honest about things. But she said they're in love right now. They had to come back together. They grew back together. They're in love. And now she's able to do the things that she always dreamed about. That girl, I remember watching her back in the day, and I didn't know who she really was. And I was like, who is this country woman? But now seeing her now, how she's grown in front of our eyes, and it's amazing. So I wasn't upset about what she said, but it did rub a lot of people the wrong way. So that's my spiel on it. Going back to the comments, Jess here says, yeah, I may as well. Oh, I read that. You said I was about to say the mask stays on anymore. Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. Okay, she was saying when she had just came in. TMP said no such thing as a perfect marriage at all. No such thing. If you want to be honest and be real about it. Alpha MC said, I've come to realize people who have never been married will ever understand the complexities of balancing two different personalities for several years. And that's it. Because when I tell you, y'all don't even know. I've started so many businesses in my 25 years of marriage. I am an entrepreneur to the heart. Like for real. I know I'm an entrepreneur. My husband, on the other hand, he wants to be able to go to work, get his paycheck, know what his paycheck is going to be, know what he's going to pay on his bills, know, all the things. He's very, I'm a fly by night, I'm this, I'm, whatever floats my boat, wherever the wind blows, I can be that person. And so for us to make it 25, I'm proud of us. I'm proud of us. I'm just being honest. It's a feat. Um, Sheree says, you teach people how to treat you, set your boundaries out the gate. And that's facts. Cause I'm gonna tell you, he he's so funny because we both talkative. We are really talkative. We don't meet a stranger, and that was the appeal to me, because I was thinking I can't have no husband telling me to be quiet, and I can't go here and there, and I can't do what I want to do to a degree. I don't want nobody handcuffing me. Some people like real traditional marriages where everybody has their role. You do this, you do that, and straight and narrow and all of that. We really don't live like that, because he know I'm a free spirit. He's an artist type person. He used to do graffiti art. He's from California too. Soul Star Music Club. If you're still in here, he's a Californian. That's where he grew up, and so he's done graffiti art. And what's really interesting, he was a DJ and I was a rapper. Ain't that crazy? So that was also what brought us together, because we love the same kind of music. It was certain different things that we had in common, and we were around the same people but had never met. It's the weirdest thing. Like we talk sometimes, we talk about, I wonder where such. Oh, you knew them too. We be talking. I never met him. All that time I was in the rap and he was DJing. I never had met him, but I would go to the studio with people he knew. It's just weird how things happen. And so then here we are now with my daughter. She's an artist, but she's an artist in a different way. She paints, she draws, and my husband draws too. So they do all of that kind of art. I'm creative in writing, talking, mind stuff. Um, I like doing crafts and projects. So yeah, it makes for an interesting marriage and household around here. So but I think once you get your groove and you know who you are and you know what your marriage is about, like I said, I'm not saying that anything can't happen tomorrow. I don't wish it. I pray that we still do what we supposed to do. Yes, April, October. I was a rapper, seriously. And it's so funny because now I'm 51 and I'm like, I can't even believe I did that. My daughter's always like, Mama, I want to hear you rap. And it's like, I'm not doing that no more. I'm far past that. But the principles I learned at the time when I was really into it deep is what I still keep today. And that's, I mean, it's a art. It really is an art. So now I do poetry, I do write. I got story writing and stuff like that I like to do. So that helps me with my rap ambitions, because y'all not gonna see me on BET Awards shouting out nobody no time soon. So just to let y'all know. But anyway, so yeah. So I'm not gonna hold y'all. You know what? I said an hour. It's going on 2. I always do this. This is how I know this is my thing. This is how I know I love y'all people, because I never can stay on YouTube for just an hour or 30 minutes. Every time I try to put that goal out there, I mess that up. But I do appreciate everybody for coming in. I do appreciate y'all listening to me and tell the stories and us catching up. Alpha MC, let me see, what did you say? You said about the balance in the 2 personalities. Sheree said, you teach people how to treat you. Yes. Brenda said, congratulations. Thank you. Brenda said, glad you're back. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going anywhere. It's okay. We don't matter because we still here. I know. But my daughter's in there. She by herself. It's hard when you got a single child. Woo, and you older. Because she's always like, Mama, we need to do this, we need to do that. She's only 12. So also, she's want to do her own YouTube channel. So we've been kind of working on some things to get her going too. Because she's since she see me, and I'm always talking about entrepreneurship, and she sees me doing different things. She's really into that mode of being an entrepreneur. And she's like, Mama, I don't want to work for nobody. And she sees that I don't like working for anybody. So that's how she is. So, we've always talked about her. Actually, to be honest, when she was in the fourth grade, she drew a picture. She painted a picture at school in her art class. I never got to see the picture because her teacher posted the pictures that they painted in the class on Facebook, and somebody bought the picture. So I never got to see it. But she does that. Like one of my friends had lost her husband last year, and she was going through it a little bit. And I told my daughter, I was like, we ought to do something special. So there we go. My daughter got out the paint and got a canvas out and painted her a pretty little picture, and she just, loved it. So she's very creative in that way. But she's right now, I think she does bracelets. She do all kind of little stuff. So I'm trying to see exactly which way she's going. I try to keep her on the art just because I can't draw a stick person. And I love to see, what she comes up with. If I give her a blank canvas and paint, she just goes at it. So that's wonderful to me. But she's like, it's okay. But I really want to do hair and I really want to do nails. But she's 12. So, hey, so she does her own hair now, whatever. So I let her be free. As you can see, I'm free, so I have to let her be free. So yeah, Miss Z said, too creative. Wow, yeah, she's very creative. I'm talking about from little bitty girl. And then I have to tell my story about her too, because you know, sometimes God give you things and you never expect it. So one day I'm gonna have to talk about that, but I have to get her permission to tell that story because it's very touching. But yeah, so it's a lot. Like I said, I could talk all night. I got so much content in my head and things I'm gonna work at. But I got to get this video out for y'all Sunday because I want y'all to hear these affirmations, self-esteem affirmations. And I want y'all to know, all y'all on here tonight and whoever listens to the replay or in the bushes, please let me know if y'all feeling my little ASMR thing or, if it's something you like. And I'm going to tell y'all why I got the idea for it in the video and everything. So look out for that Sunday. Let me see if anything else is coming up. I told about before, we didn't really celebrate our anniversary this week, but tomorrow we're going on a little boat ride with friends. So I think I'm going to take some pictures of it and I might not take pictures of the people per se, because everybody don't want to be on YouTube and like that. But I'll probably just take a picture of, the food, the boat and everything, just to let y'all see what we're doing. No, just here I have not. And I am going to get on that too. So yeah, that's in the plan. Because this like I was saying before, I don't know if you heard me earlier, Jess, but I had to take some time off and really get focused on what I really want to do with this channel. So, and thank you, Brenda, for saying that. She said, I love affirmations. So yeah, I'm going to work on that because that's something that I've really been wanting to do, but I just kind of got away from it. So I'm getting back to the content that I want to give. And let's see what else. I'm trying to find, while we still here, I'm trying to find a good day for me to go live because my daughter is homeschooled. That's another reason why I've been off, y'all, because she started the 7th grade. She's homeschooled. I work full time at home. Life was life, okay? Life was life, and trying to get her together with the schooling because she don't want to get up because she's at home. So she loving the fact that she feel like all day is free time. And I'm like, no, you need to be on that computer doing your work. And, I got to get on her. So we've been dealing with that. And so that's another reason why YouTube was kind of hard to get to. Because like I said, I'm a nighttime person. So in the middle of the night, it would have been perfect to be on here 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. But I have to get up and go to work. So hopefully my YouTube will, do something and I could quit my job. That's what I'm praying for because I really don't like to work it. I just don't. I don't like that kind of schedule. I don't like to be, well, we'll get into that another day. But anyway, so we've been doing that, her homeschooling, and trying to get her, into that and getting a schedule with that. And then just life been life. And my sister had I didn't even talk about this. My youngest sister, she had a heart attack. So we rushed one day and had to go to the hospital for her, and she's doing good, but stress. One day I'm gonna do a video on that because that's what they told her. Literally, it was a stress situation. So they told her she has to stop stressing, you know, because it was so serious, scary too. Um, but yeah, she's doing better and she's on the mends too. So it's just been a lot of life things been going on, and um, me getting my head straight on what I'm gonna do. And so I'm telling y'all from the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate each and every one of you. The content creators who came through tonight was Tea Talk with Your Girl, the network specialist, Ro Reacts, Aunt Debbie, Aunt Debbie back. Aunt Debbie, if you still in here, when are you coming live? When are you coming back on YouTube? I know you on the men's, and I'm so happy that you came in today. I've been praying for you and hoping you was getting better. So let me know when you're gonna start back going live too. I'm trying to see if anybody else came through that has a channel. And some of y'all got channels because I'm subscribed to some of y'all, but y'all ain't doing nothing with them channels. Okay, now everybody got a voice. I want to hear your voice. Coach CP, I can't remember if you got a channel or not, but if you do, so subscribe to all their channels. Ro Reacts, I'm waiting on you to go live. You gotta go live. Even if you don't show your face. Like I don't show my face. I really want to. It's just weird for me to show my face and talking to the camera. And I know y'all gonna be able to see everything. I don't have that you know how some people um things could be happening around them and it don't show on their face. I don't have stone face. I'm trying to learn how to do that because it'll be hilarious. Put it like that. And I get off track a lot. My ADD be tripping. So that's another reason why I don't show myself on camera, is because I'm worried about getting off track and then y'all see it. So we're going to work on that though. We're coming through. I got some things where I'm going to have to come on camera. So I'm not even going to hold you on that. We're going to do it. The network specialist, she gives good reviews. Just here, she got multiple channels. I don't even know, but if y'all want to put your links in the chat, that's great too. What else? Oh, if you didn't come in till later, I talked about my nephew and about his little fundraiser. I'm gonna put it back up real quick and put the link in the chat if you do want to give, because this is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and I talked about that a little bit at the beginning. So if you missed it, you can replay it. I'll just go ahead and show him again his little self, his little messy self. But he my heart, and I'm just so happy he's better now. So this is my nephew Caden, and if you could see it, it's called Rally Kids, and this is his fundraiser that he's doing for childhood cancer. And he only have $1,000 goal. So you can, if you go on the link, you can either buy the T-shirt that he created. That's his T-shirt that he came up with, or you could just give a gift. And even if you don't give to this, there's so many different organizations. I love to give to St. Jude. A lot of times when you are buying purchasing anything, $1 here, there, all of it helps. All of it helps, because I saw exactly what it helped my nephew to do when he was going through his cancer. So I always, I always cared about it before, to be honest, but with him, and it was so personal to my life, I really am all about it this year, from now on. So yeah. Yeah, St. Jude is a wonderful place. When I first found out they don't even charge anybody for getting the care, that's amazing. That's amazing. So yeah, so if you have the heart to give this month for childhood cancer, because we are seeing more and more young people going through this illness. And some of them, they fighters. Every time I look at those little commercials and you see the little kids smiling, even though they battling. So yeah, thank you, the network specialist. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And it's whatever you all want to do. I don't ever ask for nothing, but I just thought maybe I share this, and plus because it's that time of the year. Um, okay, now I'm rambling because I don't want to let y'all go. But it's been almost 2 hours, so I'm gonna end it here. But thank y'all so much. And I don't know if y'all noticed, I gave y'all a name. I hope y'all like it. If you do, let me know. If you think it should be something else, let me know. But I thought about the Starlights. I feel like, as my backdrop says, love is shining over here. I wanna share the love. I wanna shine with the love. So I hope y'all like Starlights. Um, I really hope that for all of us, we can go on our journeys together. I'm looking forward to seeing what all the content creators are coming up with, the creativities that you all share. I love it. Keep doing what you're doing. You all encourage me. I'm serious. Y'all encourage me. Also, if you didn't feel love before you came, I hope you feel love now. Because I love y'all. Like, seriously love y'all. Um, if you haven't been seen in your life, because there's so many people that feel invisible, I see you. I see you. Just the fact that you gave me this little bit of time out of your schedule, out of your life, I see you. If you need to be heard, I hear you. If you don't have anyone to talk to and you feeling like you need someone to talk to, hit me up. My Instagram is Love Seeing Heard. My Gmail account is Love Seeing Heard. Hit me up. I don't mind. If you know, you know. And it's all confidential because I understand. There's been plenty of days in my life I needed somebody just to hear me, not even really to give me advice on anything, but I just needed to be heard. So that's why I have this channel. It's not just my channel, it's our channel. And as Starlights, we're going to shine bright. Y'all have a good night. Have a good weekend. I appreciate y'all. And I got to go because I could stay here all day. Love you all. Good night.